Hi, my name is Jordan. I'm 27 years old and used to work at this nice little family-run Italian restaurant in a quiet town. I was a server there for over 3 years. It wasn't glamorous, but I loved the people I worked with. I knew the menu like the back of my hand, and most of our regular customers were sweet, polite, and generous. But there was one customer, one regular, who made my life a living nightmare. Her name? Karen. I kid you not, that was actually her name. And she lived up to every single internet stereotype you've ever heard. Demanding, rude, constantly trying to get things for free. And worst of all, she knew the owner. She'd come in every Sunday with her bratty teenage son, always dressed in expensive but fake designer clothes, and she'd snap her fingers at us like we were dogs. She never tipped, always complained, and returned almost every dish. But one day, Karen crossed the line. It started on a rainy Sunday. Karen showed up with her son and her new boyfriend. I greeted them politely and took their orders. As usual, Karen was rude, barking out her order with a disgusted look on her face. Halfway through the meal, she waved me over and said, "This chicken is raw. Do you want me to get food poisoning?" Now, I knew for a fact the chicken was perfectly cooked. It was grilled and sliced right in front of me. But I apologized anyway and offered to replace it. Karen smirked. "No, I think I'll just talk to the owner, again." She marched into the back, yelled at the manager, and claimed I was rude, aggressive, and even cursed at her son, which never happened. My manager, a kind but spineless man, called me in afterward and said, "Jordan, she's threatening to post reviews and file a complaint with the health department. I have no choice. You're suspended until we sort this out." 2 days later, I was fired. I was devastated. I had rent to pay, student loans, and zero savings. I tried getting other jobs, but in our small town, word spreads fast. Karen told everyone I was toxic, and I lost 3 interviews because of her lies. I was down. Until I ran into Maya, a former coworker who had quit a few months back. Maya had witnessed everything Karen ever did to me, and she said, "Why don't you fight back? Take her to court for defamation. I'll testify." At first, I laughed. Court? For a Karen? But then I thought about it. I had nothing to lose, and a whole lot of truth on my side. I gathered everything: text messages, witness statements, old complaint logs where Karen had harassed other servers, even surveillance footage of her screaming at staff. Then I found out something shocking. Karen had done this before. She made a habit of harassing workers, blackmailing managers, and getting free meals through threats. It was time for revenge. The court date arrived. I had never been inside a courtroom before. Karen showed up with a smug grin, wearing oversized sunglasses and fake pearls. She was confident I'd lose. But then Maya testified. Then another former coworker. Then the restaurant's assistant manager, who had quit because of Karen's bullying, brought in old emails from the complaint system, all pointing to a pattern. The judge raised an eyebrow and said, "Miss Karen, it seems you've developed a hobby of harassing service workers." Karen turned red. She stammered and tried to claim we were all in on it. But the surveillance footage showed her throwing a glass of water at a hostess, and that sealed the deal. I won the case. The judge awarded me $7,500 in damages, enough to pay off 2 months of rent and fix my broken car. But more importantly, Karen's reputation? Destroyed. The court filed a public record of harassment. Local restaurants banned her. Her social media exploded with angry comments once word got out. A few weeks later, I got an offer to work for a new upscale restaurant chain. They knew about the court case and admired my courage. And guess who came in on opening day? Yep, Karen. She walked in, didn't recognize me right away, until I stepped forward with a calm smile and said, "Hi, Karen. I'm your server today." She froze. Her face turned pale. Before she could speak, My new manager stepped in and said, "Ma'am, you're not welcome here. Please leave." Karen stormed out, shouting something about lawsuits. I never saw her again. Today, I work in a place that values me, and I even started a blog to share stories of customer service nightmares. That's how I learned. Sometimes karma doesn't just knock. It walks in, sits down, and orders the full menu.